Right, we're gonna kick it off again now. We've got Jarrod, and he's from Eventpro Finder. Welcome, Jarrod.
Hi everyone. Not quite as good as public speaking as some of the people you've seen, so just forgive me. I'll do my best. All right. Hi. So I'm developing an online platform that connects event professionals, and our mission is to simplify the way this group of people finds work and collaborates. Cool. So shall I just ask you to... Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's more user error with me. Anyway, so who are we talking? Who are we targeting? Of course, we're targeting event professionals. I'm hopefully speaking to event professionals in the room. But just to be clear, and to use an example, so let's say a client wants to launch a product, and they want to have a launch event. For example, Coca-Cola launching a new drink. They would probably bring in an organizer to manage and deliver the event, and the organizer, of course, would bring in freelancers and suppliers to help make that event happen. So we are targeting essentially the organizer, the freelancers, and the suppliers. A couple of the problems that we are trying to solve. So the first one is inefficient scheduling. What we found was that organizers on average have to contact about 5 freelancers before they secure one slot. And that's purely because they don't know who's available before picking up the phone. With our platform, they'll be able to filter out those who are unavailable and only book those that are available, essentially. Trust. So organizers sometimes struggle to find the people with the right quality of skills and experience, especially when onboarding new freelancers during busy periods. So because freelancers will be vetted by us and rated by our community, organizers will have more trust that they are booking the people with the right skills and experience. Seasonality. So as we all know, the events industry is extremely seasonal. Now, we aren't going to solve that, but what we can try and do is give freelancers direct access to organizers, which should give them more work during those nasty quiet periods. Disjointed communication. We live in a world where we use a deluge of communication apps, email, phone calls, messaging apps. We've designed a bespoke event messaging system which is funneled through a project on our platform, which aims to avoid this deluge of communication. So the freelance economy has been growing globally, and investors are recognizing this, from hospitality apps to dog walking apps, God knows, to home call masseuse apps. All these industries have been disrupted by platforms like mine that make it easier for freelancers to find work. So we aren't trying to reinvent the wheel. We are merely trying to solve a problem for a different set of freelancers in an industry with no significant players. And we're launching in a market worth 13.1 billion to the UK economy, and in an industry that has the fastest occupational growth since 2008. So where are we currently in our journey? We've come through two rounds of testing, and we're working with over 500 users. We have had our first major event providing freelancers for a health and wellness festival in Basingstoke, and we plan to raise money next summer. So our vision is simple, and that's to become the world's leading event freelance platform. Thank you. Happy to take your questions.
Yay! Any questions from the judges? None? You were obviously very clear. Thank you, Jared.
Pleasure.
We'll see you later on. Fab. Okay, on to the next one then. This is Alexander, and he is from Lineup. Welcome, Alexander.
Yeah. So I'm coming straight from Austria, Vienna, to show you something very unique. We also have a booth over there in LP9. We can show you what we're doing. My company is called Lineup, and Lineup is a real-time streaming company. We are working for that since 2014. And to show you a little bit what we are doing, I'd like to make something like that. What you're doing here and what hundreds of other people doing is to take very old-fashioned systems for interpreter or like here, this gear to reduce the noise outside and to get listen what I'm talking about. The effect is like in this area, in this exhibition, you see here on the green stages, everybody wants to tell somebody else, and around there are some booths. They're paying a lot of money to get listening to, and so you see the solution. You have to rent this, for example, headphones or make the loudspeakers very loud, that you get over the pollution of the stands and booths. What we did now is we found out that the people starting to get hard of hearing, so they can't listen to anything, they can't understand the people in the right way. And what's going on is they get tired and get bored. You will notice from your events that the last rows always get tired or went away or something like that. So we thought about what we can do with it in this side. And what we also found out is that we have a lot of costs for handling, for charging the systems. Are they working? Are they broken? Some people of the interpreter people take them, put them in the toilet, bring them to the hotel. So hundreds of pieces are lost every year, and there's a lot of costs for the handling. There's only one solution, we thought, and all of you, I think, have in your hand 8 to 10 hours per day, like you now, a smartphone or a mobile device. And so the only solution is that you go into the bring your own device philosophy. The only bring your own device philosophy is the nice thing that all the actual smartphones from Android and from Apple are not used as a tool, and we are one of the first company using that as a tool. We wrote a software. The software is worldwide unique, so there is a worldwide patent on it. And the software is called Lineup Cast. We can demonstrate it 5 meters behind our booth. And we can show you that we can make a real-time transmission from my microphone, for example, to your smartphone. The only thing you have to do is you have to download our software from the App Store, connect with the Wi-Fi and start the software. In that moment, you are in real-time connected. And what Lineup makes worldwide unique is we don't need any internet. So there are a lot of other competitions and other companies who are doing streaming, but they all need the internet. The problem on the internet is that everybody, if you want to listen to me, need about 100K for a stream. With our technology, you can only take this local Wi-Fi system to get connected. So there's only one computer, it's a laptop computer, where I talk in with a microphone, and the computer is directly connected to the Wi-Fi. That's it. There are two big use cases in the moment. One is in Feldkirch, it's in the upper west von Austria. They have installed 2 channels. One channel is for the hearing impaired people. So all the speeches, all the music is transmitted into the Wi-Fi, and the hearing impaired people can move around the complete house and can listen to it. And the second channel is something like a public radio. So in the front of the theater, the complete city center is connected to a very fine Wi-Fi system. So also everything which is done in the Montfort House is transmitted outside. So the tourists and people from Feldkirch can go around the city center and can listen what's going on there. What we are doing in 2 weeks is one of the most famous conference rooms. It's in the Hofburg, Vienna. And so we are installing there 3 different rooms and 1 interpreter. So you can go around the complete Hofburg facility and can even listen to every of these lectures without sitting there. You also can stay at the cafeteria and listen to it, or you can sit in room A and listen to room B. And also there's one interpreter channel, so we do the translation in English also in one of the channels. Yeah, one use case is the festival radio. So there is a plan for next year for a music festival in Austria. They found out that the people like to sit in the lawn or sit outside in their tents, and they will be connected also in real time to the stages. So they don't have to get up, get to the stage, sit there, listen to any band. They can stay on the lawn and listen to that. Everything is done very smart, very easy with one laptop computer, and you can see the cast software with different channels here on this display. You can switch easily between the different channels. And so this was it. Thank you very much for your attendance, and we are over there to demonstrate everything to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So I think we've got, I'm not sure we have any time for questions. Let's introduce the next presenter. Next up, we have Dan, and he's from Firebird Systems. Welcome, Dan, everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dan, and I'm going to introduce you to Firebird. It's our event management software. So we all know organizing events can be a very difficult task. We know that choosing the right software can make all the difference. It can make your job a lot easier. We think choosing the right software is very much like choosing a brand new car, and I'm going to show you why. So, all cars should get you to your destination. Not all cars are equal. I want you to do something for me. I want you to think of a brand new car, a car that you would be happy to buy. How did you make your decision? Did you choose a fast car? If you did, I like your style. But it'd be pretty pointless buying a fast car in London. You couldn't use it. But still, everybody does. Speed must be important. Did you go for something reliable? Do you have a family? Safety is key when you have a family. Reliability might be really important to you. Did you choose something flashy? Something Italian? Something designer? Are you wearing designer clothes right now? And if you are, that's okay. It means style is important to you. Did you go for something tried and tested? Something that everybody else has? Something you can believe in? Something where you know what you're getting? Is the modern thing not quite for you? Do you have your own particular tastes? Do you want something that you've used before? Something that you trust? I should have said at the start of this is your money you're spending, not mine. Does that make a difference? Do you need to be frugal with the amount of money that you spend? We're not teenagers anymore. Back then, it was the most important thing when buying a car. These days, you need value for money, and you need those extra gadgets and all the things that come with modern technology. Do you need to know there's somebody there to help you when you have a problem? Is that insurance key to you? The 4th emergency service has a lot of members, and it's probably for good reason. Practicality. Did you choose something because your vehicle needs to do a particular job? Well, that's the point. It has to do what you need it to do. Strangely, control and handling doesn't appear at the top of people's lists. It's only when it's too late do you find out how important handling is. Think about that. Only once it's too late. Doesn't this seem to be the way things are going now? We have to care about the environment. It's coming to all of us. For some people, that's the key factor now. So all in all, the car you choose has to do the things you need it to do. and it has to adapt with you in the future. People ask me about my car. Well, to be honest, the car I chose is the one my wife chooses. But that's okay. She knows what I want. She knows I want everything that you've seen up here today, all of it. And that's what you get with Firebird. You get everything. Now, Firebird don't make cars. We write event management software. But if we did make cars, wouldn't you want to drive our car? Thank you very much for listening today, and congratulations on choosing your new car. It was a good choice. All you need to do now is go down to your local dealer, stand LP11, and buy it.
Thank you. There's still 30 seconds, so any questions from the judges? No? Yeah.
Is your software SaaS, or is it you're customizing on every event you work on?
It is SaaS. Now, we're very fortunate that when we started our process, a lot of PCOs came to us and said, well, this is our problem. And we had about 40-odd of those pain points that we addressed in one system. Now, the way we managed to do it was step back from what people asked us to do, extrapolate the requirements, find the generic solutions, give them the answers they were looking for. Because usually what they ask us for is not what they need. And when they come back to us 3 weeks later saying, this is great, but can it do this? We've already thought of that, and there's a switch in our back end where we just switch it on.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Dan. Round of applause for Dan, please. Yay. Okay, next up we have Jose, and he's from New Cashless. Welcome, Jose.
Thank you. Thank you. Bear with me, I need to see how this works. Okay, I hope I can manage this. Thank you for coming today here. I am Jose San Miguel. I'm the CEO and I'm founder of New Tickets. And I'm here today to talk about the future. What we believe the future is going to be is in the cashless. Why is the cashless a future? Well, 1 out of 3 card payments are currently contactless right now. The card payments will overtake cash by 2018. Sweden already is planning to become the first cashless country. They already are in about 99% cashless transactions. And why is this important for events? Right. The cashless can provide secure access control, can definitely reduce the queuing, and therefore increase the customer spending. The perception of the customers when they are buying with cash is that it's painful. They have to think, they see a value, they can see that the transaction has a value. But with cashless, and you know that because probably you pay already with your card, you don't really think that you are paying for that. You're just thinking about getting that product, but your brain don't associate it to a specific value. Therefore, there are studies that say that over 30% of increase during the event with the cashless technology. This system has online and offline operation, so it works in fields with absolutely no internet connection, where the cashless credit cards will not work. This system will work in that case. We provide a fully branded and customized system, and obviously we have a lot of data capture and customer insights. There's a lot of information from the ticket purchase through all the chain until we get information from the cashless in the event. And obviously all that information is real-time available. I don't know if you can see this, but this is the user journey. We are passionate about to facilitate this technology for the event organizers, but also for the customers. So the customer feel a seamless transition from online sales to the event. They arrive to the event and they can exchange the ticket for a wristband or a tag, an NFC tag very quickly. So you can sell your tickets online, register online, sell products online. The customer goes to the event in a beautiful car. And then the wristband is exchanged immediately. And once the wristband is exchanged, the customer can operate with that wristband on an NFC card inside the event. Absolutely cashless, top up to spend more, and cash out at the end of the event if they want to get the credits back. And that's all. That's what I would like to present today. I only have 2 minutes. If you want to know more, please go to the Launchpad in number 13. I will be more than happy to chat with you about it. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazingly quick. Thank you very much. Any questions from the audience or the judges? Got loads of time. Anyone? You all right?
What events or festivals or anything like, what are some of the big ones you've worked on?
We work, our platform is used worldwide. We are a software house, we provide the technology. We have our partners, for example, in South Africa. They operate Rocking the Daisies Ultra Festival in Johannesburg and Cape Town. We have operations as well in Dubai, Barbados, and now we expand in Mexico. It's very interesting, Mexico and India. Precisely in that scenario of festivals, Rocking the Daisies, Ultra Festival, similar events in South Africa. In the UK, we did operate with events, but in the ticketing area, we are now want to bring from outside of the world into the UK the cashless experience. Thanks.
Oh, 1 second.
Do you manage multiple currencies?
Absolutely. Multiple currencies, multiple locations, worldwide.
And how's the sort of the cash out process works? Does the event organizer involved in the cash out process?
Well, depends the event organizer if they want to facilitate that process. I think it's fair and it should be there. And for example, normally what happens is in the top-up points, they have the cash out at the end of the event. So the customer goes there, tap the card, and they give back the money, or depending on how the transaction has been done before, it could be cash out or a transfer back, a refund, basically.
Right. Okay, thanks.
Brilliant. Oh, we've got a question down the end. Yay, your first audience member to ask a question. Yay, well done. I would offer you a prize, but I don't have one.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi.
Does your technology work with stock inventory?
With?
Stock inventory?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful. So thank you very much, Jose.
Pleasure. Thank you very
Round
much.
of applause. Okay, next we're changing the order slightly, but not that it matters to you. So next up, we're going to have Frank, and he is from Beam. Welcome, Frank.
Thank you. Hey, guys.
Beam.
Let's load up the slides. Who's ready for the next cup of coffee?
I am.
Oh, yeah, me too.
1 second. In the meantime, actually, while we're waiting for that, just to remind you all that there's also a People's Choice Award as well. So apart from the judges choosing their favourite, you get to decide yours as well. So to place your vote, you just need to tap your badge on the appropriate company on the board over there, and that will give them an extra opportunity to win a prize.
Thank you very much. I'm sure all of you are pretty tired by now. I'm going to try to keep it brief. You see this picture? This is basically every event we go to. You have what do you see? I counted 6 of you checking your phones while we were starting up. So most of the time, when we're at live events, we're looking for some information on our phones. But more and more, we want that information to be instantly available. Now we live in a different era. We don't want to search for information. You just want to get it on your phone when it's relevant. You don't want to look for it in the event app. You don't want to search for it inside the search box. You just want it to appear instantly on your phone. This is what you expect from Google. This is what Amazon, Facebook, all of them are working on, is to have that instant experience then and there. This is the frame of mind I want you to think on. How are you going to achieve that? Are you going to build an even more expensive event app? Are you going to just keep on adding features onto the app? Or use beacons directly in the event app? Well, it's going to cost an arm and a leg, as they say in the UK. And there's just another little problem here, is that people are not going to download your app in great volume, or they're just going to delete it afterwards. So it's just a lot of effort, a lot of money going into having this experience, and you're not really getting good results. Wouldn't it be nice to have instantly available content and interaction wherever you go in an event? like every single stand could have its own mobile content and interaction. Wouldn't it be nice to have that done and dusted in 20 minutes instead of being stuck in meetings for weeks and months to do the event app? Wouldn't it be nice to not need to download an app in the first place, but to have it instantly available on your phone without an app download? Now, wouldn't that be nice? Well, that's what we do. Beam is mobile web with just 2 tabs. We offer instant mobile engagement on your phones right now with just 2 tabs. You don't need to download an app, you don't need to Google anything, you don't need to do any settings change on your phone. How do we do this? We use nearby notifications available on over 92% of Android devices using Bluetooth beacons, and the QR code scanner that has just been built into the iOS 11 camera app. So you can now scan a QR code with your iPhone camera in less than a second, and you don't need to take a picture. Everything is instant. You'll be on a web page in 2 seconds flat. We enable you to drag and drop a fully responsive mobile web page in under 20 minutes for slide sharing, lead retrieval, audience live questions and answers, and obviously the programming information and wayfinding done in less than 20 minutes for your event. We host the entire backend. You are going to get a managed cloud service. You have to worry about nothing, and all you need to do is place these at the appropriate locations in your event. We mostly have retail customers. We're just branching out to live events, and that's why we came here, because we started seeing our customers buying our service to go to trade shows and use the service for what I just explained. Usually we work with brands like L'Oreal, we work with General Motors of America in retail use cases, but we're just realizing that this is probably a big thing for events. Thank you very much.
That's brilliant, Frank. Thank you very much. Any questions from our judges? No? All right. Okay. Any questions from the audience? No. Okay. So up next, we're just going to change the PowerPoint over. We have, Daniel, and he's from Radario. Yay!
Yep, great. So, well, anyway, it's not all about the presentation. So, guys, let's be honest. Working with existing audience is still a really complicated and fragmented process. Event organizers use different tools to identify most valuable attendees, to analyze their event performance, or to run marketing campaigns, manually uploading and downloading CSV files with event data within different systems. And this process is completely broken. And this is why we decided to create, no worries, guys. Yep. And this is why we decided to create Radario Marketing Platform. It is a tool that combines all of these features in one place, supplying event organizer with the instant event analytics, powerful CRM, and targeted marketing campaign editor, allowing our clients to get a holistic view on their event performance, meet the people behind the orders, find their most valuable audience, and finally, and most importantly, increase ticket sales by targeted on the right audience. It is very important to mention that increasing by 5% in customer retention increase the revenue by up to 95%. And moreover, it is 7 times cheaper to retain an existing customer than to find a new one. Moreover, Radario is not just another complicated and boring analytics and marketing tool. We utilize machine learning algorithms to identify most valuable audiences automatically and suggest marketing ideas that should positively affect on attendees' engagement and ticket sales. We started our company and the platform on March 2017, and since then we became an official Eventbrite partner, graduated from Y Combinator Startup School, and also were nominated as the best new event technology startup by the Event Technology Awards. At present, over 200 clients all over the world use Radario and increase their ticket sales up to 27%. And this is just the beginning. We are Radario marketing platform, and we turn event data into the ticket sales. Thank you so much for your time. Hope I'm not bored you. Yep. And this is, I think, that we definitely need to replace the batteries here.
It's just a bit tired out. We all are. So anyway, thank you very much for that. Any questions from our judges?
Even about the weather.
Anything? Come on. Okay. Excellent. Thank you very, very much. Up next, we have Hannah, and Hannah is from Symposia.
Thank you. Do I need this? Is this working? Which do I press? Okay, cool. Hi, everybody. Hope you're well. I'm sure you've sat through a lot of these today, so I'll keep it brief. My name's Hannah. I come from Symposia, and we build website and event apps. So I'm just going to take you through. So I'm just going to talk to you very briefly a little bit about what we do. So this slide here is showing you the overall view of Symposia. So from our side, we can provide you with powerful integrations. So as I'm aware, you've probably got suppliers that you already like to use. And so we can integrate with people like Showplan, Salesforce, that sort of thing, HubSpot. Also, on the marketing side of things, we can provide you with the marketing tools that data capture, display the ads you're looking at, and obviously produce any analytics for that event. Also, profiles. The profiles within the Symposia system is flexible and able to be self-managed, so saving you a lot of time on the event side of things. We're fully hosted, so we can offer you continual training and support during, before, and obviously post your event. So with regards to engaging attendees, we can provide messaging and obviously attendee networking at the event, and that includes your surveys and your ratings afterwards. Real-time feeds, so any news, activity feeds like a Facebook wall, push notifications, that sort of thing, we'll provide that for you as well. Daily planning, so that's your floor plans, and obviously the programs give you a full picture of the event. Mobile marketing, again, on the analytics side, we'll provide you with that, as well as custom branding and banner advertising. And last point on the slide there is information at your fingertips. So document downloads, exhibition and speaker profiles, as well as sponsor profiles. So in a nutshell, I'm sure I've not taken my 3 minutes there, that is what Symposia provides. Does anyone have any questions? Anything along the lines? Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice and short, thanks.
Sorry.
What's your pricing model? What's your sort of, how do you do it?
It depends on what you're looking for. So if you've got, maybe you do multi-events, or you're looking for just one, or the event website or the app, then the price points vary. So typically, and this is really ballpark, and sort of looking at maybe I hasten to say sort of medium-sized event, that's really hard to gauge, but they start at 8,000 and up usually, depending on what you're looking at.
And following...
You've gone quiet.
Yeah, there we go. Following that, how much control does the client have of what they're doing? Or are they asking you to do it all?
What it is, it's a modular system, so we can provide you with the modules that best suit what you're looking for, and then in terms of the back end and the CMS, you can populate that content, and you can have as much control as you like. So if you're looking to have certain areas of the Apple website gated, again, we can provide that for you. So it's very flexible, and it's really up to you what you're sort of looking for on that side of things. It's all open for discussion. Okay, great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you ever so much. Okay, so up next, and this is the penultimate pitch, we have Bob, and he is from Sciencio. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you very much. First of all, thank you for having me. My name is Bob Caldwell. I'm one of the founding partners of Sciencio, and we're here to talk about the power of chatbots. Fundamentally, show organizers face what we call a unique dilemma. You can have hundreds of people waiting at the gate asking thousands of individual questions, and it's tough to get all that information out. You tend to be understaffed, under-budgeted, under-stressed. If you do your job perfectly, nobody notices, and if you make a single mistake, everybody wants to scream from the rooftop. At the very heart of it, it's all about disseminating information out to your attendees. And there are a number of technologies available. You can print it, you can email it, you have websites, you can even have somebody stand on the day and answer questions, but we're here to talk about event bots. We have artificial intelligence, natural language chatbots designed specifically for the event industry. Now, that sounds very complicated, but in reality, it's simple. If you have a phone and you can text, you know how to use a chatbot. More importantly, all of your attendees have this technology in their hand and they know how to use it. It's really quite simple. You text a question, you get an answer. You text a question, you get an answer. You text a question, you get an answer. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to log in anywhere. You don't have to learn anything new. You text a question, you get an answer. Now, we deliver in the channel that the attendee wants. So you don't have to be unique. You can deliver in web chat, Twitter, Facebook Messenger, and most popular is SMS. So again, you text a question, you get an answer. Now, does it work? Yes. Why? 96% of people have text. 98% of text messages get opened, which is really awkward because when my wife saw this, she realized when I told her I hadn't been reading her messages, I was just lying and I forgot to bring the milk home, okay? Now, most texts are actually read in under 5 seconds, which means that it's easy to use, it's easy to set up, and it delivers success out to your attendees. Now, you can personalize messages based on identity because two people can ask the same question and get a different answer on purpose. A regular attendee says, "What time's dinner?" You know what? It's at 6 o'clock, main hall. A VIP says, "What time's dinner?" 7:30 at the steakhouse across the street. Now, a quick case study. BizBash hired us to deliver an event bot for 3 events for Florida, LA, and New York. It started off as 60 different key areas. It ended up being over 100 with over 3 million different ways we could answer questions, right? 70%, think about this, 70% of the attendees engaged with the bot. That is far and above what you'll see with other technologies that are out there. Users sent some 2,400 messages, and 93% of them were answered correctly the first time. That means that the event planner didn't have to answer those questions. That means the event planner was able to deliver the successful information the right time, every time. So if you kind of wrap it all up, event bots are not just technology, they're actually a team member. They show up on time, every time, 24/7, 365. They deliver the same message exactly the way you want it delivered, right? They don't show up hungover, they don't show up late, they don't take a break, and they're constantly learning and keep a permanent record of that which you want. In the end of the day, we think that chatbots are the next evolution in the way to communicate effectively with your audience to save event planners time, to save the event attendees hassle, and ultimately deliver success. And if you really want to do it, I could talk to them blue in the face. Just text and say hello. Do you guys have any questions?
That was brilliant. So,
yeah, you mentioned you can provide different answers based on who the attendees, either a basic participant or a VIP. Doesn't mean you have to capture either his phone number or any other identifier.
Typically, we're going to integrate with your registration system, right? So when we pull that information, you already are telling us that this individual is registered as a VIP or they're on the marketing track or this educational track. So we're going to leverage the information you've already got in there so that we don't have to ask you to do anything twice. We take that data, deliver out that message, again, to the extent that you want it delivered differently, right?
And how do you work prior to the event? Because I assume that answers are somehow specific to the event, so you must have either a best practice in terms of what should be answered beforehand and work with the event team to get those questions answered.
Certainly, a bot has 2 components. A template, that's all the questions you can ask it that you're training it to answer. and then you have the library. These are the answers to all those questions. So what we do is sit down and work with you. Typically, it's a 6 to 8 week process. Now, 95% of that time is waiting for you guys to give us information back. We can actually build a bot in about 4 days, right? So again, the template is going to have the where is it, when is it, how does it start, and we can take that information from either integrating with your content management system or by going and ripping it off the website and taking it directly from you.
And has that worked from a moderation standpoint? Or say you said 90% of the questions were answered and answered correctly. What about 10%? Is there a knowledge base that's been created as non-answered questions are added?
That's a great question. Absolutely. So first of all, the bot is constantly learning, and you can constantly train it for a deeper knowledge base. But the most important thing is a lot of times a question that's what's called an I don't know, right, an IDK, can happen for 2 reasons. Either the bot doesn't know the answer to the question, or the bot wasn't trained on that specific. It doesn't understand the question. So an easy example is someone typed in eats, E-A-T-S question mark. The bot had been trained about food, but it didn't understand that interrogatory. In most cases, what happens is the question gets re-asked a second time, and we pick up another 5% there. And then the other thing is that you have the ability to go in the back door and have direct private communication with that attendee. So we'll put up a notice saying, do you want help from a human? People say yes, and it moves forward.
All right, two quick questions. Multilingual?
Yes. Okay. That was one.
Thank you so much, Bob. Let's give him another round of applause. Right, for those of you who've come for Kevin's session, he's waiting eagerly, ready to get on stage. But we still have one pitch left, and that is Yanni, and he's from Brella. Warm welcome to Yanni.
Thank you very much. We believe that effective and simple and smart networking can change the world. And why we do so is that great things happen when the right people meet, both in business and both in bedroom, right? And we all are aware of the importance and the value that the networking creates in events. The networking is the one key element that makes people attend events. And the networking is the one key element that makes people attend events again. In a world and in event industry, we are living in a digital transformation. And what the digital transformation does, it has decreased the amount of face-to-face time that we have with the people, with the loved ones, and with the people in business. But on the other hand, it increases the value of the face-to-face meeting. So it makes the face-to-face meeting actually even more important and even more valuable. And that's why we have events, to bring the right people under the same roof for a day or two. But how we then bring the right people together, there's the challenge. And there's the challenge that we are solving. So bringing the right people together in a simple and effective way. We have done 300 events during the last 2 years. On average, the Brella user gets 4.12 meetings per event. It's a high number. We have events in over 30 countries already. And for the past 4 weeks, we have generated over 22,000 meetings in 15 different countries with various industries, tech industry events, finance industry events, and so on. Where the value comes from is that 90% and over of the meetings are actually scheduled before the event. So we know as a user and attendee when we go to an event that who we are going to meet. And as an organizer, we can actually measure the event success based on numbers. How many meetings we actually had, how many people met each other, who met, where they met, and what time they met. And we can either create more revenue for the organizers through our tool and its sponsorship package selling possibilities. Why we have grown so fast during the 2 years is that people love our tool. 97% of the TechCrunch attendees would love to use the tool again. And that's just the word of mouth what has brought us to the global market. We have spent 0 on marketing by far. Besides networking, what we believe is design, because design can also change the world. If we think about on a daily basis how many apps we use in a day, based on the research, it's over 20 apps in a day. And what kind of apps we tend to love to use is the ones with the great design, the ones with the flawless user experience, the ones with the great interface. So just making it very, very simple. And yeah, that's what design can bring. And by far, and nowadays, it's not so much what you know, but who you know. No, now I said it incorrectly. It's not so much what you know, but it's more about who you know. And that's why we want to focus on the networking side of events and make right people find the right people. Thank you. Any questions?
Any questions for Yanni? Last ones. Last opportunity. No? Okay, all good. Thank you very much. Okay, so let me just say a very quick thank you to our amazing AV guy, who probably isn't even listening right now. His name's Adam, and he's just had to switch presentations for 19 different pitches, and he's done an amazing job. Can we have a round of applause for the AV technician, Adam? Woo! In fact, he's still concentrating on the next presentation. That's how dedicated he is. Okay, thanks also to our judges. They're going to go away and have a little think about who should win the Launchpad competition. If you want to place your vote as well, you just need to take your badge and go and tap one of the companies here that you think deserves to win. There's a second prize for the People's Choice Award as well, so make sure to go and do that.